Hello everyone and welcome to another Modswell video. I'm your host Maxwell. It's that time again where I go through the recent mods on Xbox and tell you my top 5. All of these are also available on PC as well, and I've left links in the description for both sets of players. You may be able to tell, but I have a little bit of a sore throat, so this video might be slightly shorter than last week's. Hopefully that's okay. All that being said though, let's just dive right in. In 5th, I've gone for Equipment of Eternal Shine. This mod is adding in 2 new iterations of Elven armour to the crafting sections. These new sets have been fantastically designed to show off the high class of those who might wear them. Whilst these don't act as a direct replacer and currently won't be found on the leveled list, which I generally do like in my armours, this hasn't actually bothered me. These sets are really brilliantly designed and thought through. The lower tier armours have a very similar aesthetic to the vanilla Elven armour, but with far superior textures. They appear more sleek in design, and the silver colouring really helps to create a high class aesthetic. And the top tier set is extremely similar in design, but comes complete with a blue glow to accent the armour. This is called the Advanced Silver set. That specific set is actually the reason this reached my top 5. To get your hands on either of them though, you'll have to head over to the Forge. As long as you have the Advanced Armour perk, aka Expert Steel for Ordinator users, then you will be able to craft these. I'll admit, this mod has actually been available on consoles before, and I always wanted to use it, but due to the fact that it kind of just cost too much, I never really did. However, this brand new version is coming at us in 1K textures and is a totally reasonable 41.1 megabytes. I'm extremely satisfied with the weapons and armours in this pack. The Advanced set has a really handy feature where the glows actually assist you whilst traversing dungeons, especially for anyone using something like ELFX Enhanced. If I could change only one thing about this, it would simply be using them as a hierarchy based replacer for the Elven factions. They're so nicely done that having them just sitting at the Forge alone seems like a bit of a waste to me. If you happen to be playing as an Elven mage, likely a spell sword, then this is going to be a top round pick for your character. In terms of logical load order placement, these go in the pure craftables category. Let's move on to 4th place. Here I've chosen Clefj's house collection. Clefj is easily one of the best world space editors. His version of Modswell likely making my favourites list on city edits, and his White River Priory likely being one of my favourite player homes. So when I saw there was an all-in-one collection of Clefj's houses, I really just had to check it out. This bundle is going to give you 8 new player homes to choose from, scattered all over the map. Here we get New Amberguard, Diamond Bluff Settlement, Garnet Tower, Destria Mill and Winery, Mora House Chapel, White River Priory, which I've already stated is a favourite of mine, as well as Valkanin Lodge and Ravenstone Castle. I really love the designs of these places, as they all have that classic Clefj style. Interactive houses built with NPCs to assist you, secret passages, and lots of gothic feel in nature and design. Massively so with the chapels, priories, and castles. The reason this made it into my list though, is simply due to how it fills out certain world spaces. When you crest a hill or clear a forest in Skyrim, often you're left with these huge swaths of empty land. That's fine. You get some really great pictures out of those, but sometimes it's nice to have something there to look at too. This is the case for nearly all of these homes. The locations they're in have been so well selected to create a really dramatic "what is that" moment. Take the White River Priory for example. The first time I played using this mod, I almost missed it entirely. Then when leaving Riverwood to head over to Whiterun, I caught it out of the corner of my eye and I had to go explore it. I imagine we've all played Skyrim so many times that we need new things to grab our attention just from time to time. This is one, or rather 8 of those new things I highly recommend, and at 4.1 megabytes it's extremely easy to fit in. In fact, this mod could just slot into your order and be forgotten about right until your character needs somewhere to snooze or just stumbles upon them. In terms of placement, slot this one into multiple exterior edits. Just be sure you haven't changed the locations they appear in first. With that, I'll move on to 3rd place. Here I've decided to go for Vampire Armour, The Witcher 3. This is a really nice get-up for, well, obviously vampire characters, but realistically, I think it's going to suit slightly darker nobles as well. Basically, if your title is Count, then this one is going to be for you. This armour is essentially a long black coat, I guess. I'm not really selling it very well, so hopefully the images are doing it more justice. This, as I'm sure you've guessed from the on-the-nose name, is a vampire armour taken from the Witcher franchise. I've always seen The Witcher and Skyrim as 2 games not horrifically dissimilar. I know many of my subs play both. And I, of course, usually play on my character, Geralt of Riverwood. Although, upsettingly, I've been on my mage character whilst playing this order, but back to the mod. To get your hands on this getup, simply head to a forge and check under the ebony section. No perks are required to craft this set, so you can feasibly use it as your armour from the start. What's great is it will only cost you 9.5 megabytes of your reserve space, so again, really easy to slot in. Once again though, I would really love to see this used as a replacer rather than a pure craftable, so that way I can actually earn my getup. But I really don't know where I would place it, either on the Thalmor or the high ranking vampires. Where exactly would you place them? Answers in the comment section below. For those LLO users out there, I advise slotting this into the pure craftable section, but I think you saw that coming. Moving on to the number 2 slot, here we have HD Reworked Horses. First of all, I swear Base Painter isn't paying me for this, he is just half of the new mods up this week. Great work, mate. Anyway, I'm sure you've guessed, HD Reworked Horses is a texture replacer for those horses in game. I'm going to be comparing them to the textures I'm currently and basically always using, which is Bellyache's HD collection. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm very lazy. But seriously, it's because I see Bellyache's as basically my vanilla textures on animals. Due to its tiny size and excellent coverage as well as textures, this is basically the base I see most people using. HD Reworked is doing a fantastic job of creating more realistic features on the horses, especially when it comes to their faces. The eyes in particular look brilliant. But here is where this mod beats out the competition. Not only does it cover the vanilla horses with extra variation in style, it also covers unique horses, Shadowmere and Frost. As well as this, it's also covering the items attributed to horses such as the saddles and saddlebags, to look so much more realistic and fitting for the adventurers of the world. But here's the thing, Bellyache's collection comes in at just over 50 megabytes, and it covers pretty much every natural spawn like rabbits, dragons and of course horses, amongst a host of other creatures. And then we have HD Rework, which only covers the horses and their items, and will set you back 34.1 megabytes. So I guess you'll have to ask yourself how important horses are to your style of play. I know Talora and Willow will both tell you they know and love all things horses, so it will definitely be one for those two. For others of you who want to ignore fast travel and explore by more traditional means, then again, this will be one for you as well. Don't overlook it for cost, this really is fantastically well done work, but with all things modding, sometimes it fits in and sometimes it doesn't, but that is your choice to make. In terms of placement in the LLO, it will depend on which you're using. If you're using the Modswell setup, then I advise slotting it into spawnly textures. For other iterations, then general messes and textures. You'll find a link to my LLO in the description for those who haven't seen it already. Finally, it's time for my favourite mod of the week. I have chosen Slingshots in Skyrim. I'm having so much fun with this mod. Naturally, we have bows and crossbows, mods have given us guns and throwing weapons amongst other things, but now we have slingshots, and honestly, this has been a long time coming. These range weapons come in 24 different versions with 13 types of ammo. There's the standard level of disparity between the variants when it comes to damage numbers, with the rarer metals creating more powerful items, and what's great is there are powerful unique versions as well. So to get your hands on these items, you have to head over to a forge to make them. Depending on the version you want, you'll need the requisite perks, so obviously steel for steel, ebony for ebony, etc. As for the ammo, you'll need to take a walk over to the smelter with the correct ingots to mould the balls. However, there's actually a little more to some of the special versions of the slingshots. For certain ones, you'll need more than the perks mentioned above. You'll also need to complete a mission that is relevant to the shot you're creating. So say you want the Dawn Slinger with Meridia's balls, then you'll need to complete the Break of Dawn quest. There are actually a few special weapons and ammos too. These include Ancient Falmer, Ethereum, Dawnguard, Stalharim, Dawn Slinger and the Slingshot of Molag Bal. I won't go over the quests required for each, as it's likely quite apparent for most. I have, however, left a link to the mod on Xbox and PC so you can check for yourself should you be interested. Let's talk about the actual slingshots themselves though. These look and operate fantastically, fully animated with loading and draw animations that suit the weapon type. These are really easy to use if you're into archery. They have slightly less range and take a little bit more lining up, but they are excellent fun to play with, and for only 3.6 megabytes, yes seriously you heard me right, 3.6 megabytes, they have to be tried. I highly suggest running these in a thief build or a cheeky character to unleash your inner Dennis the Menace on your foes. It would also be fun to have a fully ranged character using the likes of throwing weapons light, short bows, and archery if your favourite style. I think this is going to suit a ton of people, and I truly have enjoyed messing around with this mod, and I hope you will too. For LLO placement, this one again would slot into the pure craftables without causing a problem. And on that, I am going to call it. As always, I've left useful links in the description to my Discord server, the Skyrim Xbox subreddits, each of the mods, and my Buy Me a Coffee account for anyone who fancies helping out that way. If this video has been helpful, I would really appreciate those likes, comments, and of course subscriptions. Those coupled with average view times seriously help push my content out there. If you've made it this far, I'd love to hear your favourite PG joke. PG joke. Funniest will be pinned. Either way, thank you for watching and I hope to see you in the next one.